In 1944, the sea was silent, but death had many voices. Japan's pride, the hunter of the deep, rises to claim new prey. Men below breathe recycled air, dreaming of glory, unaware of hell. He sees ships not as men's lives, but trophies beneath the waves. They believe in destiny, in honor written by the empire's dying breath. Once celebrated as ambassadors, they will return as demons of the sea. Every horizon hides a grave waiting to swallow names and nations. A merchant ship carries wheat and dreams across indifferent waters. They do not know that fate watches through a lens of glass and steel. The command is simple, mechanical, yet it ends 100 human stories. The ocean itself carries the weapon, silent as a dying prayer. Fire meets salt water, and men scream names that vanish with the wind. Hope is fragile, a wooden oar between men and oblivion. Victory tastes like salt, smoke, and something too bitter to name. They think surrender means life, not knowing cruelty breathes above. A megaphone commands lifeboats closer. Terror spreads like oil across the water. Sailors surrender oars, eyes wide, knuckles white against splintered gunwales at dawn. On deck, prisoners kneel, ropes bite wrists. Boots enforce silence with threats. Harumi watches impassively, smoke drifting, verdict etched upon unmoving features like stone. Valuables seized, life jackets stripped away. Humanity auctioned for momentary power by monsters. Pairs tied together, shoulders trembling, the sea waits, pitiless and dark below. First pair dragged aft, blades flash, blood spatters rusted deck plates wide. A nurse pleads mercy, gunmetal eyes return nothing, only mechanical obedience today. Shots ring out, a body falls, swallowed quickly by indifferent swells below. Those who jump early are hunted, bullets stitching patterns across foam mercilessly. The captain is questioned briefly, then executed beneath a colorless sky mercilessly. Silence follows screams, waves slap steel. Gulls circle, sensing drifting flesh nearby. Few feign death among corpses, oily water chokes, yet conceals hope briefly. Inside, crew gamble cigarettes, outside, souls gamble minutes against widening distances alone. 1-8 submerges slowly, the sea stitches shut its bleeding wound by twilight. Reports boast success, no mention of screams archived in official logs anywhere. Mess hall laughter returns, thin and brittle, echoing off steel at midnight. Night watch hears phantom cries, superstition grows beside tightening discipline and dread. Orders arrive, new patrol westward, hunt alone, strike without hesitation at night. The compass swings, diesel hearts throb, another freighter's silhouette tempts fate again. Periscope rises, the sea paints another target along pale horizon at dawn. Lookouts whisper bearings, torpedo doors yawn like hungry mouths awaiting sacrifice again. But memory intrudes, a young sailor retches, hands trembling uncontrollably with guilt. Harumi's glare freezes doubt, duty reasserts itself, colder than seawater and steel. Engine room heat shimmers, pistons hammer, The boat lunges toward destiny relentlessly. Another ship sinks burning, survivors drift clutching crates, faces lit orange tonight. Guns bark, the drifting men vanish, stitched into darkness by bullets mercilessly. A ring buoy floats alone, initials fading, spinning like a clock unwound. Radio intercepts allied chatter, rumors of massacres spread across convoys in fear. Charts reposition, patrol route bends toward lonelier lanes and softer prey deliberately. In dreams, the nurse returns, sea water glitters like broken hospital glass everywhere. Steel bunks creak, confessions whisper into darkness, swallowed before morning reveille sounds. Galley steam fogs glasses, jokes land flat. Laughter dies mid-breath under scrutiny. An officer sharpens a blade methodically, the sound scratches nerves like sandpaper. A storm gathers, barometer falls, waves heave. Conscience remains curiously still inside. Lightning reveals scarred faces, water-lashed deck. Discipline holds like rivets strained. Morning calm returns, binoculars sweep, a plume of smoke appears far west. Torpedoes away, impact blooms, men tumble through flame-framed silhouettes into black water. Orders repeat the ritual, gather survivors close. Prepare the deck for processing. A lone sailor prays silently, grease-stained hands clutch a locket from home. The locket opens, smiling faces, the sea answers with emptiness and hunger. Lookouts spot aircraft, alarms blare, dives, leaving bobbing witnesses behind suddenly. Depth charges rumble, bolts shiver, men clutch pipes, reciting half-remembered prayers together. Silence returns gradually, oil slicks widen. Guilt resurfaces, unwanted and heavy again. New orders, shift southward, toward routes feeding India's lonely lifelines for interception. Night patrol, phosphorescence trails the wake like malignant constellations following our hull. SS Jean Nicolet appears, solitary, burdened, steaming beneath a starless canopy tonight. To torpedoes launch, time elongates, then concussion, fire, chaos, surrender and screams. Distress signal crackles skyward, men lower boats, faces orange from flames nearby. Searchlight carves darkness, the submarine commands, weapons leveled, voices unyielding with menace. A boy is chosen, a pistol cracks, the sea receives his silence. Lifeboat punctured, with splinters, fierce swarms faster than sharks arrive to feed. Prisoners stripped of life jackets, hands wired. Foredeck becomes an abattoir at midnight. Heads down, knees together, any movement invites pipes, blades, and boots instantly. Our Yumi lectures victory, propaganda echoes hollow against groans and diesel-soaked air. The gauntlet begins, bound men shuffle, assaulted from both merciless sides repeatedly. One leaps overboard deliberately. Darkness swallows him, yet grants improbable survival tonight. Starlight flickers on bayonets, lungs wheeze. Heartbeat drums louder than waves nearby. Bodies tumble astern, the wake glows briefly, then turns black and still. A lookout stiffens, distant engine note approaches, invisible yet certain and urgent. Aircraft inbound, alarms scream, Aruyumi orders immediate dive without untying prisoners waiting. The ocean clamps shut, bound men tumble, bubbles rising like prayers unanswered. Catalina sweeps overhead, spotlight reveals debris, hands, faces, pleading for any mercy. Hours pass, dawn bleaches smoke, rafts drift toward unimaginable distances and thirst. Rescue appears finally. HMS Hawker hauls exhausted remnants from oil and grief. 23 shiver under blankets. Testimonies solidify into indictments and history for posterity. Inwardly, some crewmen fracture. Nightmares bloom whenever engines idle during oppressive silence. Our Yumi rights need logs. The margins remain bloodless, perfectly aligned with lies. Radio orders recall. Okinawa needs boats. Death tightens its noose around everyone. 128 turns north. Indian Ocean closes. Survivors' whispers trail behind like ghosts. Spring 1945. Hunter becomes hunter. Sonar pings multiply like hornets around us. Surface at dusk. Radar spike. Stockton prowls somewhere beyond the swell menacingly. Crash dive drills repeat. Valves hiss. Sweat runs colder than seawater now. Hedgehogs detonate. Compartments shudder. Light bulbs burst like frightened stars in cages. Rivets weep. Gauges spin. The boat groans. An animal cornered by fate. Command whispers options, none redeeming. Pride wrestles survival inside narrowing choices tonight. Blow ballast, breach surface, black smoke trails like confession to heaven heated. Deck guns unmanned, strafing stitches the casing. Men scramble, slipping under fire. Dive again, deeper, hull complains, depth gauge trembles toward red and ruin. A final pattern lands, silence breaks, bulkheads crumple like paper under fists. Water erupts inward, lights fail, 1,000 bubbles replace prayers with nothing. Above, oil blossoms, below, darkness swallows names, ranks, and unburied debts forever. Elsewhere, our Yumi chooses suicide. The record escapes courtroom, not memory or judgment. Tribunals sentence survivors. Years pass, pardons come. Histories refuse absolution for cruelty. The sea remembers everything we film so the forgetting never returns again.